Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Time once again for the fresh air of truth and freedom here at WEEB, as opposed to the black mold newsprint that you find in your driveway a couple of times a week, or, well, actually floating down the gutter in the rain anyway. Hey, it's hot out there, so boy, hot and muggy, just like a former Democratic governor's mugged up face. Hey, leave that face diaper at home. More and more studies, more and more doctors have seen the light, understand, or telling the truth. Unfortunately, they're being persecuted in many cases and fired from their jobs. But it's out there. The mainstream media won't cover it. Certainly, you won't see it in the pilot of record of lies. But the truth is going to come out someday, and you'll understand the masks do nothing to deter the spread of COVID. So, get outside, enjoy the day. That's where it's healthiest to be, out in the sun, developing some natural vitamin D, etc.
All right, don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you right now at talk973.com, talk1041.com, or WEEB990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. If you're on a mobile device, can't get to the web page, you can fire up YouTube and put Mornings with a LeaderMan in the search. If you're on your mobile device, can't get our audio streams, well, fire up a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Streama. That's for our audio-only channel, 24/7, 365. But you fire up YouTube, a streaming channel, and put in WEEB in the search. Channels are like TuneIn, iTunes, or Streama. And, of course, you can always get it off our website at the previously mentioned web pages. Just go to the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages and type in WEEB. Upper right-hand corner, there's an icon that says On the Air Listen Live. Click it once and you're listening that quick. I was doing something else at the same time. Don't forget, of course, coming up next hour, we're going to have a little round table and a Hensley report without Hensley. So we'll tell you more about that next hour.
Yeah, I don't know if Bob Levy might be coming in. I haven't heard anything from him.
All right. Weather-wise for us today, it's going to be partly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. Look for high of 94. Heat index of 100. Tonight, partly cloudy, more thunderstorms, 72 for a low. Wednesday, another hot, humid day with a high of 87, heat index 94. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this week and next week, the long-range forecast says the humidity is going to drop. You might be able to stand being outside. And we're dropping down, I think it's Friday was that the dew points dropped down to 59. But mostly in the lower 60s is where they'll be for the next week after, starting Thursday. But things can change as they often do. We'll keep you updated. Right now around the Sandhills, winds to west at 1, pressure 2978, dew point 72, humidity 90%. It's still foggy and 76 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 36 past the hour on this Tuesday morning. The mess continues in Afghanistan. I was listening to I forgot his title. He's not in office right now, but he's a former SEAL, and he was on Fox and Friends, and he was basically saying if he were in charge, he'd tell the Taliban, you're not going to touch a single American until we get them out. If you do, hell will rain down on you and you will die. So that was his approach to it. At least it pumps you up for it. But, yeah, there's no way this guy can get it done by the end of August that I see. Do you see it, Colonel?
Well, I don't know. There's no data there. I'm sure the administration knows, or at least has a pretty close idea of how many Americans are in Afghanistan and where they are, etc. Because normally, when an American citizen goes into a situation like that, into that country and others, you have to report your presence to the embassy. They should have a list. The embassy should have had a fairly accurate list. Of course, there's always somebody that shows up, doesn't do what they're supposed to do, etc. But by and large, the majority do. So they should have had a fairly accurate count of how many Americans are there, where they are, what they're doing, etc. And that should give them an idea of what the level of effort would be to go out and get those people, or where they should go to congregate so they can set up a point where, hey, the forces and equipment and transportation will arrive at point A. You need to be at point A at a given time on a given day, and boom, we'll come and get you. Going door to door, house to house, trying to collect up thousands of people is a non-starter. You can't work that way. And of course, you have the Taliban roaming the streets that's going to try to prevent all that movement, etc. So, all the language, etc. Hey, you prevent us from doing that, we'll rain down hell upon. That's all a bunch of baloney. I don't care if that guy's a SEAL or what. But what they should do is they should be just collecting up Taliban people, snatching Taliban people off of the street and making them disappear, so that the Taliban will get the idea of what's going to happen to them, which is they're just going to disappear. All this verbiage and saber rattling is for naught, because our people are in serious trouble here, and raining down hell, or the threat of that, isn't going to get them out of trouble. I don't know. I don't know what to do in there. I don't know where the people are. The government is not telling us how many people are there or where they are. So, at some point, hey, we extracted, several. They've admitted that they've extracted several hundred U.S. citizens so far, or something like that. So they'll just keep that counting. Oh, hey, we got several hundred, or we got 1,000 of our citizens out of there, and we don't have an idea that there may be thousands, 5,000, 10,000. I've heard all kinds of different numbers. Still don't have an accurate count of them. This is the most dysfunctional handling of a situation that I think I've ever seen. And I've been involved in what do you know, Drummond? Yeah, I was in Beirut in 1982. We extracted the foreign nationals and American nationals out of Beirut. I got a little bit of understanding how it works. All right? So the American embassy in Beirut gave a pretty good head count of the number of people, Americans, that should be expected to show up at the port of Junia, where they were taken out by surface means, and several of the other embassies, the French, the Italians. I don't know who else cooperated. I don't know if we got a good number from the Brits, but several other countries that had people that wanted to get extracted. Those names and numbers were accounted for, so that when our surface force went in to Junia, which was a little bit north of Beirut, they had an idea that there were going to be X hundreds of people, X thousand people standing on the beach or standing on the pier wanting to get on our boats so that we could extract them and get them out. So I got a little bit of understanding of it, okay? It's a little dated, mind you, but that was done fairly successfully. And, oh, by the way, yeah, there was a lot of shooting and crap going on at the same time.
That was going to be a question of mine. If they were to go extract somebody, don't they have to worry about those bimbos that got our RPGs on their shoulder?
Yeah. We did that. We also extracted later on in 1982. We extracted the PLO out of Beirut, so that the Israelis didn't execute them all like including the big one, the big fat Arafat. Yeah, we let him get on a boat and leave too, and we managed that, bringing the PLO into a secure area, and they were all disarmed. Well, they weren't disarmed, but they were unloaded. They were all, every truckload of them that came in, their firearms were looked at, and they were not allowed to carry loaded weapons into the port, et cetera, et cetera. They were put on a ferry and taken, where did we take them? One of the islands there. I can't remember. Corsica. It wasn't Corsica. The name is just not.
We wouldn't know it if you told us. So.
But well, at any rate, so yeah, they get on a ferry. They should have got them on the ferry. There were a couple of thousand of these clowns, including Arafat, on a ferry. They should have sank it when they had the chance. But that was just me thinking out loud. And the Italians, actually in Beirut, they actually had the tough job because they extracted people. Not foreign nationals, but PLO. They actually evacuated Syrian fighters, etc., back through the Shuf Mountains, where it was really bad as far as the shooting and sniping and all this kind of stuff. Everybody likes to laugh at the Italians. They had the tough job doing it by surface with vehicles through some real crappy territory, and they did a fine job at that. And so several thousand. Man, I don't know what the final count was. I think for PLO, the total number of evacuees that the multinational force evacuated or whatever was well over 12,000 people. So yeah, I got a little bit of idea how this works, and what's going on in Afghanistan is a disaster.
Well, any way to fix it?
At this point, I don't know. We were all there, locked and loaded, walking around, and if the stuff started, we were prepared to
take it out,
fire back. But by the time, I don't know. Not being on the ground there and seeing what's actually going on. I see the pictures, but you got to have somebody with feet on the ground there to make some decisions on what they're going to do, and probably not the best situation. We were on boats, ships, etc. We didn't have any heavy naval gunfire. The Jersey didn't show up until later, but wow, we had naval air. There was an aircraft. I think the America was out there at the time during that particular evolution. And, I don't know where the nearest air bases are to support from. I just not that in touch with everything there to say, do this from here, do that from there kind of thing. You gotta have other than just being, they're in the Kabul airport, which apparently is a really disastrous place if you wanted to try to defend it, because it's in a bowl and basically all the high ground is taken by Taliban, and they can just dump on you and see exactly what they're doing. I don't know what kind of air assets we have. Certainly there's no naval guns or anything that would reach anywhere near that. So yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But prior planning, they didn't. There's the embassy. If the military left and didn't tell the embassy, and it was a big surprise, and apparently it was a big surprise to the Brits, because they had some forces out in a forward deployed status, and they didn't know anybody was getting ready to leave, and we left them hanging out. And apparently the military and the embassy folks are not talking to one another. I don't know. This is just crazy. And the idea that you would leave there and leave all that equipment, I don't know whose brilliant idea that was, but whoever it is, I can't imagine Biden says, oh yeah, just leave everything there. because he isn't smart enough, number one. So somebody down the line decided that all this equipment and things that we had stockpiled there to support and equip an Afghan National Army, it was decided we're gonna leave that there and not have it prepared for
Well, it's $84
demolition.
billion worth of equipment.
Well, I know, understand.
I don't know if people know how much that is, but
You can buy a lot with $84 billion.
Think of this: when they gave out the PPP loans, it was 40-some billion.
Yeah. Well, I just read the list. I mean, we left Black Hawk helicopters there, et cetera. I guess the thought was, well, the Afghans, they have pilots. We've been training pilots there, et cetera. So, hey, they'll take this stuff over and, they'll defend themselves with it until it's all gone or whatever. And no, they just rolled over for it, and there was no plan to go back and try to do anything to destroy that stuff. I would say it wouldn't be that difficult to do, given some of the air assets that you can fly in from quite a long distance, and your pinpoint accuracy, you can take out a row of helos pretty darn quick. And I don't know what kind of bunkerage you have there for other equipment and ammunition, but seems to me you got some munitions that you can drop from somewhere that would penetrate and take care of a lot of that.
Yeah, they have munitions, at least what I've heard, that will count the stories going down in the dirt, and then explode.
There's all kinds of stuff, but and I don't know. I mean, we we obviously built the bunkers that this stuff is in, so that they should have. They should have an idea what level of effort is needed to destroy that stuff. So, and hopefully we didn't build something that was resistant to our own munitions. I don't know. I mean, this just gets, this just gets worse and worse. And part of the thing, when you're in the military, you go to professional level schools. You do war gaming and planning and all these kind of things, and hey, all the what if situations, if this, then this kind of, and you war game it, and you war game it, and you war game it. And, you go back and you do it again and again and again to go through all the what we call branches and sequels. You have a plan with the main trunk, and then you'll have a branch go off of that. And then you'll have a sequel, which is, okay, you've come to the end of your branches. Now what are you going to do to follow on that? And you just keep doing that kind of thing and running through it at various levels. You can do it on computers. You can just do it on pencil and paper. I mean, just a pencil and paper drill here shows this incompetence. So, it wouldn't be hard to get a couple of, you probably could have gotten a couple of mid-level captains sitting around a kitchen table and come up with a better plan than what they're showing here.
All right. Well, we appreciate the knowledge this morning, Colonel. Let's see if we can make you feel better as we play the best of the late night Unique Boys. This is, of course, from last night.
Here's some good news. Today, the FDA granted full approval to Pfizer's COVID vaccine. It's about time. Their statement started with, "Hey, sorry, I just saw this." Some entertainment news. Due to his past offensive comments, Mike Richards has stepped down as host of Jeopardy after just one day of filming. Yeah, he was only the host for 5 shows. Come on, half the contestants last longer than he did.
New York City held its We Love New York City homecoming concert in Central Park. And to guarantee that the concert didn't become a super spreader, they held it in a hurricane. Billionaire Elon Musk announced last week that his company is releasing a so-called Tesla bot designed to do unsafe, repetitive, or boring tasks. Basically, it was designed to hang out with Elon Musk.
Okay. No belly laughers there.
No, never.
Well, you may have heard that Lucky Charms has brought back their marshmallow-only cereal for a limited time. Well, they're taking it one step further and now have released their pure, uncut, liquid sugar version of the popular cereal.
Lucky Charms, just magical marshmallow cereal is back. It's just a big bowl of only marshmallows for breakfast. But at General Mills, we're taking it one step further. Introducing Lucky Charms Pure Uncut Liquid Sugar. Why waste your time chewing through hard-to-eat marshmallow candies when you can have the pure uncut Lucky Charms sugar straight into your vein? That's right, new Lucky Charms Liquid Sugar IV bags.
The yellow from the yellow moons, orange from orange stars, pink from pink hearts, and green from green clovers.
And if you really want a kick, try the rainbow.
Oh man, that was a rush. No wonder why they're always after me, Lucky Charms. They're magically addicting.
Well, Hurricane Henri is moving slowly and dumping a lot of rain on the East Coast. Here's a public service announcement for those that are affected by this.
Every year, thousands of patio and beach umbrellas end up missing due to hurricanes. Maybe you forgot to crank it down and bring it in. Or maybe the hurricane winds tossed it into another neighbor's yard, and now it's gone. Won't you please help find the umbrellas?
Warning, you won't find your umbrella, and if you do, it'll be broken, so you'll have to order another one anyways.
And fines for unruly behavior during flights have soared in 2021, the highest number since the FAA began keeping records in 1995. They've purposed more than $1 million in penalties this year alone. Now, what can you do about the aggressive behavior in the skies? We'll try this.
Because of the current spike in air rage, flying is more dangerous than ever.
I knew I didn't have the hand-to-hand combat skills I needed to fly from Little Rock to Newark, so I called the pros at Sky High Warriors.
At Sky High Warriors, you'll learn karate, judo, taekwondo, plus some stuff the instructor's brother-in-law learned in the big house.
So when the guy in 12C attacked me for not sharing the armrest, I put his spine in the upright and locked position.
And it's all legal if you're defending yourself.
Thanks, Sky High Warriors.
So the next time the skies turn out to be not so friendly, you'll be ready. Sky High Warrior. Call or text today.
Yeah, apparently in some of the what do you call them? The airport causeways, etc. Whatever. There's so many fights in lines and at the gateways, etc. They don't even cover them anymore. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad out there.
People who contract COVID-19 in Mississippi are being asked to either isolate at home for 10 days or more, or face a prison sentence of up to 5 years. So hard time after hard time. Can you imagine sitting in a cell trying to recuperate?
Well, that's the problem. You know, in a place, in some of those prisons, some of the old ones, I've never looked up here at our new facility, so I'm not talking about the Moore County Detention Center. Never been in it, but I have been in some others, like the Brig at Lejeune. I've seen the Brig at Quantico. I've seen the Brig in Norfolk, etc. And I've seen some other prisons for various reasons. Had to go up here to Raleigh at some jail to pick up a Marine one time, and those places are they're antiquated. There's no circulation, so once there's all kinds of stuff floating around in the air and in the circulation systems in those places. You just never get well. You're always breathing in some kind of garbage from somewhere. That's the problem.
All right, well, something we do every day. So after we go over the headline news, we go over the not headline news.
This is not headline news. BTS canceled their world tour. Teens with tickets are encouraged to get refunds. Adults with tickets are encouraged to get a life. The Academy of Country Music Awards will stream on Amazon, but the remaining 800 Country Music Award shows will still air on network TV. Today is Chad Michael Murray's 40th birthday. In Freaky Friday, he couldn't tell Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis apart, which would be more realistic today since they both look like they're the same age. Lucky Charms brought back its marshmallow-only cereal. I guess because COVID-19 wasn't killing us fast enough. And Peacock canceled the Punky Brewster reboot. If you didn't know there was a Punky Brewster reboot, that's probably the reason why. This is not headline news.
Okay. Well, somebody filmed a bear in a parking lot approaching a guy who was cleaning out his minivan. The man is halfway inside, 2 doors are wide open, and he has no idea that the bear is there. So they shout a warning at him, and he climbs inside and closes the doors just in time. This happened last Saturday at Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Hey, sir!
There's a bear!
There's a bear right there.
Oh, my God.
I saw the video, and as he was in the van, closing the doors, the bear was coming up from the rear of the car and just slowly walking through the parking lot, looking over and looking at him. But still, it was a black bear too, which are a lot less aggressive than the brown grizzly bears. But still,
Generally speaking, but if they get into you, you got a problem.
yep, their claws are definitely going to whoop your ass if they get you. Let's see how much time I got. Oh, yeah, I got it. Does this lion roar sound like, well, particularly vicious? It's a video from a worker in South African game reserve, and the lion was warning him to stay away from his mate. Or else. I'd say that's way too close. All righty. Currently here in the Sand Hills area, we're looking at fog, still 76 degrees. Your full forecast is on the way, followed by your national news and state news. It's 8 o'clock.
We're going to see highs in the low to mid-90s today with feels like temperatures topping off in the triple digits. Make sure you keep those water bottles with you. A small chance for a few passing showers will be possible. It's not going to be widespread or long-lasting at all. As we head into tonight, we'll fall into the lower 70s and highs will top in the upper 80s and lower 90s tomorrow. We have a better chance of seeing rain develop across our area with a few pockets of thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Pressure is mounting on President Biden to extend his end-of-the-month deadline for pulling all U.S. troops out of Afghanistan. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson among allies pressing for the extension, expected to make his case later today during a virtual meeting with Mr. Biden and other G7 leaders. However, an increasingly aggressive Taliban is insisting the deadline must stand. UN Human Rights Chief Michelle Bachelet says there are credible reports of grave human rights abuses at the hands of the Afghan Taliban.
They include summary executions of civilians and members of the Afghan National Security Forces, restrictions on the right of women, recruitment of child soldiers, and repression of peaceful protests and expression of dissent.
The U.S. military continuing evacuation flights, more than 21,000 people airlifted out in the past 24 hours. It is not often that you hear a state's governor discouraging tourists from visiting, but that's exactly what Hawaii Governor David Ige is doing. It's all because of a surge in COVID-19.
We are seeing more COVID patients in our hospitals.
And the ICUs are filling up, according to the governor, discouraging all but essential business travel to Hawaii through the end of October. New York State has a new governor, Democrat Kathy Hochul, the Empire State's first female chief executive, sworn in at the stroke of midnight. Gone but not forgotten, Tropical Storm Henri, after unleashing devastating and deadly flooding across the South. Tennessee especially hard hit. The storm battered the Northeast with destructive flooding and high winds that brought down trees and power lines. Parts of New Jersey and Massachusetts were really hammered by the storm. Wall Street, stock futures higher. Dow futures up 58 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 31, S&P futures 7 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. Order the 3-week quick start now. Discount it to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. Call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
Angie's List is now Angie. Summer is the perfect time to book your next home project. From lawn care to a new patio, Angie makes it simple to connect with pros who can get the job done right. See reviews, upfront pricing, and instantly book hundreds of projects. Plus, when you book and pay through Angie, we'll cover your project up to the full purchase price, plus limited damage protection with our Happiness Guarantee. Check out Angie.com, and for more on the Happiness Guarantee, go to Angie.com/happiness-guarantee.htm.
And other factors not available in all states.
Zambia's new president has been sworn in.
The 60,000-seater National Hero Stadium is packed to capacity. Scores of people spent the night at the stadium ahead of the swearing-in ceremony. The leader of the United Party for National Development is now the 7th president of Zambia. Hakainde Hichilema was greeted by thunderous cheers as he entered the stadium. President Hichilema faces high expectations from his people, including jobs for the youth, eradicating government corruption, and improving the economy.
The BBC's Namsa Maseko. China's Mars rover is soldiering on after completing its initial program to explore the red planet and search for frozen water that could provide clues as to whether it once supported life. China's National Space Agency says the rover completed its 90-day program on the 15th and was in excellent technical shape. News and analysis, townhall.com. Well, guess who's building a border wall?
Poland's defense ministry plans to build a fence along its border with Belarus and deploy more soldiers there to stop migrants seeking to enter the country. Poland and the 3 Baltic states, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, accused Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko of sending migrants from Afghanistan and Iraq across their borders, which are also the European Union's external border. They say that's part of Belarus's hybrid war against the EU. Meanwhile, political tensions have been growing in Poland over 30 migrants stuck on the border with Belarus. On Monday, Poland says it was ready to send food, medicine, and other humanitarian help to the group, which it says is in Belarusian territory. Keith Peters reporting.
China says the international community should support chances for positive developments in Afghanistan instead of imposing sanctions on the Taliban. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
War Dogs Army Surplus is Moore County's largest selection of Army surplus. They buy, sell, and trade Army surplus, and they'll match any legitimate offer from competitors with a price match guarantee. They'll match and beat any competitor's price by 10%. With the largest selection of vintage and modern gear and collectibles, War Dogs has everything you're looking for. Open Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines. Or call 910-920-7749. That's 910-920-7749. War Dogs. We offer more and sell for less.
Are you frustrated with the high cost of your health insurance? Are you tired of paying high premiums and high deductibles? And have you ever wondered if there are any other healthcare plans available? Well, Deep River Insurance offers alternatives to the Affordable Care Act. These healthcare options could save you 30% or more. Enrollment is open year-round, and you can cancel your current plan anytime. These plans are available for small businesses, self-employed, families, and individuals. Our plans can be customized to meet your specific needs, so let us help you cut through the confusion. Call Deep River Insurance today at 910-948-3081 to see if this is right for you. Your health insurance doesn't have to cost more than your mortgage, so you owe it to yourself to at least check it out. 910-948-3081. Deep River Insurance, providing simple solutions for your peace of mind. 910-948-3881 or visit our website at deepriverinsurance.com.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the pool advantage.
Why should you work with the team at J. Park Carolina Living Realty? Good question. Hi, I'm Katie with J. Park Carolina Living Realty. We offer better solutions to get things solved. Sellers, we can give you a cash offer today with no showings required. Buyers, let us find that dream home for you so you can get off the multiple offer merry-go-round. We've got the magic wand to make these things happen. Text or call us to solve your real estate needs. 910-585-6979. That's 910-585-6979. Talk to you soon.
This is the perfect time of the year to bust out all your Echo tools and equipment from Beaver Equipment. Thanks to all the storms, my new Echo chainsaw from Beaver Equipment has been getting a good workout. Beaver Equipment is the place to go for rough and rugged Echo equipment for real men. They offer 5-year warranties and are locally owned and operated. So men, get out there and enjoy your Echo Power equipment from Beaver Equipment, Highway 211 in Aberdeen, 910-944-0402.
NCN News. I'm Tony Rixby. Former FDA Commissioner Dr. Mark McClellan says the FDA's approval of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine will make a big difference in people getting the shot. McClellan is now director of the Margolis Center for Health Policy at Duke University. He says there is now clear evidence that some misinformation floating around about the vaccine is factually incorrect.
We now have very clear evidence that some of the, misinformation out there, like the vaccine can cause fertility issues or can cause COVID or things like that. It's just not there in the data.
The estimated effectiveness of the Pfizer vaccine in preventing COVID, 91%. When there is a positive COVID-19 case among students or staff in the Durham Public Schools, the district spokesman Chip Sutter tells WNCN that district robocalls all families in the school.
If the case was anywhere near your child, if your child was a close contact, we will let you know directly.
And this is the first week back at school for many North Carolina students. Child psychologist Dr. Robin Gerwith at the Duke School of Psychiatry tells WTBD parents can prepare their children for a situation that could be anxious.
Talk to children about safety for themselves, for their friends, for their teachers, what that will be like. And please check in with your kids. Tell us something great that happened today. What was fun today for you?
Kathy Hochul, sworn in just after midnight, is the new governor of New York.
Afterward, Hochul told WGRZ she felt the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. I'll tell New Yorkers I'm up to the task and I won't let them down. Big decisions lay ahead on whether to mandate masks or vaccines for certain groups or whether to reinstate social distancing restrictions if the state's latest wave of infections worsens.
You're listening to NCN News.
For 33 years, Merlefest, presented by Winter World, has delivered music, moments, and memories to thousands. Join us September 16th through the 19th and hear Sturgill Simpson, Tedeschi Trucks Fireside Live Tour, Melissa Etheridge, Mavis Staples, Margot Price, Leanne Rhymes, Johnny Swim, Shovels and Rope, We Banjos 3, The Milk Carton Kids, Balsam Range, Sam Bush, Jim Lauderdale, John Cowan, the Kruger Brothers, and more. Visit merlefest.org today for the full lineup, to volunteer, or to purchase tickets.
If you want the nation's best auto insurer, look no further than North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Rated #1 in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card, We're the only insurer in the nation to receive an A+ rating from Auto Body Shops in 2020 and 2021. Our philosophy is simple. Be fair, be quick, be the best. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
The committee investigating the January 6th insurrection will be seeking electronic records related to that attack, as we hear from correspondent Stacey Lynn.
The committee is reaching out to telecom and social media companies, requesting hundreds of phone calls, text messages, and emails. Representative Benny Thompson, who chairs the committee, says that does include some members of Congress.
We have quite an exhaustive list. I won't tell you who they are, but it's several hundred people.
They hope the phone records will help shed light on a series of calls between Republican members of Congress and former President Trump on January the 6th. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
A panel of North Carolina judges prepared to allow tens of thousands of residents convicted of felonies but whose current punishments don't include prison time to register to vote and cast ballots in the next elections. The complicated search to find a new host for Jeopardy is on again. Here's Steve Futterman.
Jeopardy is still looking for a replacement for Alex Trebek, this following Mike Richards stepping down, and they have named their first guest host during this renewed process. Mayim Bialik, who will be hosting Jeopardy primetime specials, will be the first guest host. That will be for at least 3 weeks. What happens after that isn't entirely clear. Richards was set to take over, but controversial statements he made in the past brought that to a quick end. Steve Futterman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Walmart launching a delivery service for other businesses. Diane King Hall explains.
Walmart is expanding its delivery footprint. The world's biggest retailer is kicking off a service called Go Local, which will deliver goods from other retailers to customers. The fleet would be white label, meaning deliveries would not be made in Walmart branded vehicles. The company says it will offer delivery times as short as 2 hours along with a 2-day option.
Governor Roy Cooper has vetoed legislation that would slightly rework the state panel for charter schools. Tony Rixby, NCN News.
Today, we're going to see temperatures in the low to mid 90s, while our feels like temperatures this afternoon will head into the triple digits. It's going to feel very muggy out there due to our strong tropical moisture we have in place. We are going to see a few isolated showers and thunderstorms develop, but it's not going to be widespread. Overnight, we'll see temperatures in the lower 70s, but tomorrow we have a better chance of rain moving in, highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, it's foggy, 76 degrees, humidity 90%, dew point 72, pressure 2980, winds north-northwest at 1. Say 14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news. For this Tuesday morning, a roof of a building under construction at the future site of a food truck court in Southern Pines collapsed Monday. Emergency crews were called around 9:30 a.m. to Red's Corner, located at Old US 1 and Morganton Road, just behind the Pony Espresso drive-through coffee shop. 3 workers were transported to First Health Moore Regional Hospital in Pinehurst. The workers were on top of the roof when it collapsed, and they are expected to recover. No one was under the roof when it came down. Authorities believe there may have not been enough support for the roof at the time of the collapse. OSHA is investigating the scene. The roof collapse comes on the heels of another collapse a few hundred feet away at the New Fidelity Bank on Old US 1 and Bell Avenue in January. 3 workers were injured in that accident when the wind took down several roof trusses at the bank's construction site. Justin and Jackson Bode of Pinehurst won the championship division of the 52nd National Father-Son Invitational at the Country Club of North Carolina Sunday. The winning in their first try in the long-standing and well-respected CCNC event, the Bode shot 67, 69, 76, and 68 for a 280 win by 12 strokes over Randy and Scott Hanna, also of Pinehurst. The young Bode, a member of the North Carolina State 4A championship team at Pinecrest High School, won the North and South Junior title in July. He recently made a verbal comment to play golf at Davidson College. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It's 8:17. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. Panthers coach Matt Rule says he's playing it safe when it comes to Christian McCaffrey's playing time in the preseason. Rule says that while most of the team's starters will play most of the first half in Carolina's preseason finale on Friday night against the Steelers, McCaffrey will be very, very limited, if he even plays at all. Mac hasn't touched the ball or the field in Carolina's preseason losses in the first two games. During yesterday's practice, C-Mac said he's preparing as though he will play, but he noted the preseason is also about bringing new guys into the fold and up to speed.
It's also how a lot of guys make the team. You got, not just the so-called shoe-in players, but you got to find 53 guys that can help your team win on Sunday, and part of that is you got to see how they are in a game, not just in a controlled practice.
In actual preseason action, Jameis Winston threw touchdowns of 43 and 29 yards to Marquez Callaway, and the Saints defeated the Jaguars 23-21 in their exhibition last night in New Orleans. Winston went 9 of 10 for 123 yards and no picks. His performance is bolstering his candidacy to succeed Drew Brees as the Saints' new starter. The Fiesta Bowl organization announced a multi-year partnership with Caesars Entertainment.
The deal will pair one of the biggest postseason college football games with legal sports gambling in Arizona. It's also the first partnership between a college bowl game and a sports betting company. Caesars will host fan lounges at the Fiesta Bowl in Glendale and at the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, which is played at Chase Field in downtown Phoenix. Sports betting starts in Arizona on September 9th. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
On the topic of sports gambling, it was 32 years ago today that MLB Commissioner Bart Giamatti banned Pete Rose from the game for life because of evidence that Rose gambled on baseball. Allegations that the baseball great denied.
Regardless of what the commissioner said today, I did not bet on baseball.
Rose also served a prison term for additional offenses, tax evasion. This is NCN Sports.
America is connected by our roads, bridges, electrical, and telecommunications infrastructure. Investments in these critical systems make our communities, economy, and national security stronger. These systems are vital to our everyday lives and North Carolina's economy. That's why Senators Richard Burr and Tom Tillis voted for legislation that makes critical investments in North Carolina's roads, bridges, and electricity systems. Critical investments in the infrastructure that makes America and North Carolina great. Repairing our roads and bridges, upgrading electrical systems, and increasing access to information systems is good for our families, good for America, and good for our future. Thank you, Senator Burr and Senator Tillis, for voting for a real infrastructure plan that rebuilds America and invests in North Carolina. Thank you for voting to invest in us. Learn more at let'sinvestinus.com. Paid for by Citizens for Responsible Energy Solutions.
Tony Finau is once again a PGA Tour winner. He ended a drought of more than 5 years and 142 PGA Tour tournaments by winning the Northern Trust in a playoff Monday. Cameron Smith hit his tee shot over the wall and out of play on the first extra hole. Earlier, John Rahm played the closing stretch with 2 bogeys and no birdies to fall out of the lead. Finau closed with a 65 at Liberty National. The victory moves him atop the FedEx Cup. J.R. Smith has gone from the NBA to attending classes and playing golf, North Carolina A&T. He was originally supposed to play college hoops at North Carolina under Roy Williams in 2004, but he skipped college, went straight to the NBA, where he played 16 years and won 2 championships. He's now a freshman walk-on for the Aggies. He's currently focusing on finishing assignments like his first ever PowerPoint presentation for an English class. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
At Sand Hills Collision Center in Seven Lakes, we proudly serve all your automotive repair, auto body restoration, and collision repair needs. With our brand new state-of-the-art Chief straightening system and eco-friendly AmeriCure paint booth, you can rest assured that your vehicle, boat, or RV will receive top-notch repair and flawless paint jobs. And for all you aviators, we do aircraft body repair too. Sand Hills Collision Repair Center is veteran-owned and offers a 5% discount to our military family. We give free estimate and accept all insurance and self-pay. All our ATECs will provide superior customer service from start to finish because we are committed to quality and prompt expert service. Bring your automobile, boat, or RV by today for a free quote at 135 Billy's View Drive in Seven Lakes. That's just 2 minutes from the Food Lion on Seven Lakes Drive. Or call us at 910-673-AUTO. That's 673-AUTO. Sandhills Collision Center, because you deserve the best. Replacing a roof isn't just shingles. It's a complete engineered system. At Elite Roofing, we recognize the importance of that system. We're certified installers of all the roofing products we use, with over 28 years of experience in superior residential and commercial roofing. New roof, re-roof, and repair. We stand behind our work with a product and craftsmanship warranty. Call 910-757-0505 today for a free estimate or visit our website at eliteroofingnc.com. That's 910-757-0505.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the Pool advantage.
Hey, you golfers out there, Celeste Bondi here, General Manager, Whispering Woods Golf Club. We are celebrating our 50th anniversary. During the last 6 months, a transformation has taken place thanks to our course superintendent, Randy Hilburn, to revitalize Ellis Maple's stunning vision of a classic design and enjoyable course to play. To celebrate this occasion, during the month of August, our rates will be $28 during the week and $32 on weekends. Come join us in playing the course that Ellis Maples envisioned. When you come in, don't forget to ask about our limited lifetime memberships. We are located at 26 Sandpiper Drive in Whispering Pines. That's 26 Sandpiper Drive, Whispering Pines. Whispering Woods Golf Club. Book it, Dano.
Hurricane season has arrived, and it's predicted to be an active one. And with the start of hurricane season, the generator guys at Carolina Power and Generators remind you that while hurricanes and tropical storms are a part of life and responsible for the most severe power outages in recent years, planning and early preparation can make the difference when severe weather strikes. Past hurricane seasons have been active, and experts predict another active season this year with the potential of causing power outages for days. The professionals at Carolina Power and Generators are here to help you prepare and protect your home before the peak of the season. Call us today to schedule your free in-home assessment or ask us about our affordable maintenance plans. Carolina Power and Generators, 910-241-4677, or visit us online at generacnc.com.
Give your desk and your back an upgrade. Turn any old workstation into a sit and stand workstation with an Alera raised desktop from Sandhills Office Supply. With easy access levers for simple adjustments, this space-saving design is affordable too. Experience the benefits of an Alera lifting workstation with a demo at Sandhills Office Supply on US 1 in Southern Pines next to Smithfield's Barbecue.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Kids have the perfect excuse for everything, and there's no arguing with them. At least there's no way to use logic to argue with them. You'll never win. Democrats have mastered that same skill, the ability to debate like children debate. You simply deny. A good example is the crisis at the border. Biden simply denies there's a crisis. When he's confronted, he says something like, "There's no crisis at the border." To make sure, though, that there is never a crisis at the border, I'm putting the vice president in charge of it. Oh, and she will not go to the border because there is no need to. Now, as amazing as that sounds, the White House is now saying there are no Americans stranded in Afghanistan. That's it, just like that. There are no Americans stranded in Afghanistan. Democrats have discovered that stuff works. Deny, deny, deny. And at first people get angry. They demand something be done. Then little by little you hear other Democrats start to murmur, maybe there are no more Americans stranded in Afghanistan. The border's secure. January 6th was a well-planned insurrection. Oil prices are not increasing. There are no signs of inflation. White people really do hate black people. There are no Americans stranded in Afghanistan. Democrats won the last presidential election, fair and square. Biden can put two sentences together. Democrats do not want you to read 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Have a good day from the Zoom Wall Zone.
We're going to see highs in the low to mid-90s today with feels like temperatures topping off in the triple digits. Make sure you keep those water bottles with you. A small chance for a few passing showers will be possible. It's not going to be widespread or long-lasting at all. As we head into tonight, we'll fall into the lower 70s and highs will top in the upper 80s and lower 90s tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have a better chance of seeing rain develop across our area with a few pockets of thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show, Mornings with the LeaderMan, here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB, and heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
And welcome back. Do you know what today is?
It is National Waffle Day in the United States.
Today is National Waffle Day.
Yeah! Waffles!
Waffles?
Waffles? Waffles.
Waffles, 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 waffles.
We're excited about National Waffle Day.
Waffles? Where's my waffle?
Waffles, tasty waffles with lots of syrup.
Waffles are the way to start your day today.
Come on, it's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Time to once again breathe in the fresh air of truth and freedom here at WEEB. We'll just ignore the pilot for the segment here. And, time to get your coffee. If you haven't got your apple fritter, you're too late. Bob Levy's here. He's going to talk about some school board things, so stand by.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's up and running right now at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. On your mobile device, fire up YouTube and put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search. LeaderMan, one word, spell like it sounds. And if you're looking just an audio stream on on your mobile device, well, you can fire up a streaming app such as TuneIn, iTunes, or Streama if you can't get onto it from the web. And just put WEEB in that search. Or if you're on the web, go to the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages where the icon says on the air, listen live. Click it once, you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills, it's going to be pure yuck. Partly cloudy, chance of thunderstorms, 94 for a high, heat index 100. Tonight, muggy overnight with thunderstorms, 72. Tomorrow, we have a 40% chance of thunderstorms, otherwise partly cloudy, 87, heat index 94. And then right now, the long-range computers are saying we're going to have lower humidity for the 7 days following Wednesday, meaning Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All will have lower humidity in the upper 50s, low 60 range on the dew point. So we look forward to that, don't we? Right now around the Sandhills, let's see. Oh, by the way, the temperature in there that time will be about, come on, Windows, will be about 90. So it's still going to be warm. Right now around the Sandhills right now, winds are north-northwest of 1. Pressure is 2980. Solar radiation 161 watts per square meter. 2.72. Humidity 90%. Is foggy and 76 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty. And that means it's time. It's Tuesday, by the way. And that means it's time. Got to make these guys earn their place.
Oh, no.
Joining us now is one of the school board members, Bob Levy.
Hey, good morning, Colonel. Good morning, Steve. It's great to be on Free Speech Radio.
All right, well, let's see how good you are with fifth grade questions.
I don't know. Fifth grade was a tough grade.
The following questions come from a standard fifth grade curriculum in the U.S. Answer 4 out of 5 correctly, or you ain't got the sense of a fifth grader. Number 1, which of the following states is not located in the American West? Is it Nevada, Oregon, or Oklahoma?
Well, Oklahoma is the most eastern state, so we'll go with Oklahoma. I guess not in the West.
That's your final answer?
My final answer, yeah.
All right, that's good enough. There are 3 types of muscle tissue in the human body. You got the cardiac, the skeletal, and what? Is it smooth, elastic, or ligament?
I don't know. We'll try ligament, but
what are you looking for?
The
muscle.
The third type of tissue in the human body.
Yeah, I guess it would be. If you're just talking
Kleenex, wouldn't it?
Well, if you're just talking tissue, you already. Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah.
So it sounds like ligament, but why not go with it?
No, it's smooth.
Smooth, yeah.
Smooth.
So it reminds me of the whiskey I had yesterday. Yeah, pretty good.
Now, you taught history, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, this is right up your end here.
Uh-oh.
What year did the American Revolutionary War end? Was it 1778, 1783, or 1787?
1783, yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna go with that?
We're gonna go with that, yeah.
You're correct.
That one I'm fairly sure I've read about a few times.
Yeah, that's the area you study heavily, don't it? You have, you have a group
yeah.
that meets about it.
It's very difficult. Everybody knows about 1776, but they really don't know literally how long it took for the revolution to work its way out. We need a few Frenchies, few French ships off of Yorktown.
Okay. All right, number 4 out of 5. According to the zero exponent rule, any number raised to the power of 0 will always equal what? Is it 0, 1, or the original number? Now you're saying, what the heck did I just say?
Raised to the power of 0. Well, anything multiplied by itself, actually, I'm going to guess it would be 0. Because
that makes sense to me. But
anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Of course, if it's raised to the first power, it would be more than 0. So I don't know.
I can see that written on the board now in chalk, and I have no clue. I don't remember.
Did you change your mind?
Yeah, I changed my mind. Try 1.
You want 1? All right, 1 is it. And finally, who was the Greek god of war? Was it Apollo, Mars, or Ares?
The Greek god of war?
The Greek god of war.
No, it wasn't Apollo.
No. And what
were the other? Ares and who?
Mars.
Mars was the messenger.
Yeah.
So it had to be Ares.
Ares is correct. All right, you got 4 out of 5, so you pass this today.
Are you telling me, maybe we got to revise the curriculum? I don't know. Greek mythology in the 5th grade. That's tough. No, it's challenging.
It seems to me we did that in 6th grade where I was. I can't remember.
Actually, we did it in Latin class in high school with my Latin teacher, Magister Maddox. She was a great Latin teacher. Amoa ma samada, mama samada samat.
Sume says, sume says, kasum.
Gesundheit.
I can do it too. That was the conjugation of the verb to be. Let's see. pilots brought it up, and of course we know the pilot less. It's the pilot less any accurate news. They brought up the Blanchie Carter Discovery Park, and they want the Moore County School Board to sell it to them for almost nothing.
Well, they want they what they really want to do is ruin the land that we're trying to sell. You know, selling property should be a fairly easy thing to do. We have the Southern Pines Primary School over in West Southern Pines. The whole idea was to build a $32 million school down the road, which we did, and which is operating today. It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful school. Okay, and then just sell the other property and use that property sale money to repair some of our dilapidated buildings, especially in the northern part of the county. But in comes the people called the Southern Pines Land Trust, and in comes people with the pilot, and now in comes the Southern Pines Town Council, all of them deciding to play the race card, which is what they're doing. Let's just understand what's going on. So all of a sudden, the Southern Pines Land Trust, they say we want to have part of this 4 acres, which was the original site of a school which was torn down many years ago, but it was the original site of what's called a Rosenwald school, which was a segregated school. So we want to have that site and given to the Southern Pines Land Trust. Who's the Southern Pines Land Trust? It's just a group of people who want to get some cheap land, and what do they want to do with it? Well, they want to create segregated housing. Only people of a particular race can buy in this housing area. That's their whole idea. Okay, they want to go back to, I think they have an idea that they're going to make the West Southern Pines into a new Tulsa or a new Durham. Well, you know, it's kind of interesting to me. And we used to, when we were supporting President Trump, we used to say, make America great again. And the liberals would come back and say, well, America wasn't so great because you had segregation back then. And it was a terrible thing. And by the way, they're right that segregation was terrible. So what do the neo-racists want to do in Southern Pines? Well, they want to make Southern Pines great again. Well, how do they want to make Southern Pines great again? Oh, I know. They want to create segregated housing. They want to perpetuate a monument to apartheid.
Yeah, it's just not housing, too. It's business and bank and several other things that were proposed.
What happened was this. They said that they wanted to buy this land for $200,000. We had an appraisal of about $600,000. So remember that apartheid rhymes with hate. Okay? So they didn't say, well, let's compromise, let's talk, or whatever. No. Apartheid rhymes with hate. And so they said, no, we're going to take the appraiser to the appraisal board. This poor appraiser, honestly, this poor appraiser, he did some work for the school board. And they decided they're going to take him to the appraisal board and try to rip off his appraisal license. Okay? So what happened? Well, had to spend $10,000, literally. School board spends another $10,000, gets another appraisal. The other appraisal comes back roughly the same. Okay? Do we get an apology from the Southern Pines Land Trust? Does the appraiser get an apology? No. The Southern Pines. So we say to the Southern Pines Land Trust, let's compromise. You want the entire 17 acres. We would like to have some acreage so we can help these schools, especially in the northern part of the county. So we'll tell you what, we'll sell you the 4 acres, which was the site of the torn down school, so that if you want to make segregation great again, maybe you can do it. I didn't like it. I never liked it from the beginning, but it was a great compromise. They said, no, we don't want that. We want the entire 17 acres. So then they go to the Southern Pines Town Council. Southern Pines Town Council says, oh, we have an idea. We're going to take this portion of it and we're going to ask to buy Blanchie Carter Park. Well, what's Blanchie Carter Park? It's a playground. Just a part of the school. It's a playground. They call it Blanchie Carter Park. But the pilot understands, by the way, what they're trying to do. If we sell 4 acres here to the land trust, and now the Southern Pines Town Council swipes another 5 acres or whatever, out of the 17 acres we've got disjointed acreage, and all of a sudden the land is worthless. And the pilot basically in one of their editorials says, of course that's what we're trying to do. So what are they trying to do really? In the name of race, in the name of apartheid, in the name of segregation, they are trying to devalue the land so that we cannot use the full value of that land to repair our schools in the northern part of the county. You know, when we did at our last meeting, and I said, I looked at our lawyer, and I said, I don't want to revisit this. I want to give these guys a chance to buy this these 4 acres, and we're done with it. We're going to sell the other acreage, or we'll sell the entirety if they don't want to buy it. So I said, we don't want to revisit the issue because we want to get back to something that the Moore County Board of Education should be doing. You know what that is, Colonel? You know what we ought to get back to? Education.
Well,
wow.
You would think so.
Well, wouldn't it be interesting to get back to education? By the way, we have less than, we have kids reading below grade level. Okay? I don't want to spend all of my time arguing over this piece of apartheid, this idea that they can make America great again by not by joining Trump, I wish they would join Trump, but they can make America great again by creating segregation again. Not by doing that, but by telling every child, and that is black and white, and even, we're getting, by the way, especially in the Raleigh area, and there'll be some people over here coming in from Afghanistan. We're very, very close to Fort Bragg, right. And I guarantee you some members of the 82nd Airborne Division are trying to get their girlfriends, their wives, their spouses who are Afghani, okay, over here, okay, and they may be Islam. They may be Islamic. Certainly we have a Vietnamese population here. I don't care what race, what color, what creed you are. I want to teach these kids how to read. But no, what does the Southern Pines Town Council want to do? Southern Pines Town Council wants to say, I think we're going to sell you some property, and we're going to build some houses on it. But we're going to have to go through a real racial purity test before you can buy the house.
Right.
Or before you can go to the bank, you're going to have to go through the racial purity test. Can you imagine? And by the way, I've known some very, very good racially mixed couples with honestly beautiful families, beautiful children, beautiful everything. Do they qualify to buy the house in the new town of apartheid? I don't know. Okay, how about a Vietnamese family? Does a Vietnamese family get to buy the new house? Do they get to go to the bank that is trying to be established? Okay, I know what they do get to do. They get to come to our schools. And by the way, when the roof is leaking at Pinecrest, they get to sit in a seat
right
where the roof is leaking, and they have to concentrate and they have to study. And I'm going to tell you something: they will study, they will concentrate, and they, along with the African American students and everyone, will become great, and will become great students. All right, but no, we have to go through this whole idea of critical race theory in Southern Pines. Really what the town council is dealing with is critical race theory. They don't care on the town council, on the Southern Pines Town Council. They don't care about education. What they care about is, well, what should we be doing in terms of in terms of race? Everything through the prism of race. Dr. Martin Luther King said that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Dr. Martin Luther King said the content of your character, and they bemoan that, they boo-hoo that. Thurgood Marshall, when before he was a Supreme Court judge, Thurgood Marshall went to the U.S. Supreme Court and said, separate but equal is inherently unequal. Apartheid is inherently unequal. There's a case called Plessy versus Ferguson in the 1890s, and in that case, the Supreme Court at that time said you can have separate train cars for blacks and whites, but they have to be equal. Well, they were never equal, and they will never be equal. You take a look at West Southern Pines. Do they have sidewalks? They have no. They're and what does the Southern Pines Town Council want to do? They want to glorify separate but equal. That's what they want to do. And so we on the Board of Education actually have a heritage. I will tell you, given the level of politics that is going on now, given the fact that we said for a year and a half, we tried to sell 4 acres of land to this land trust, or 5 acres of land to the land trust, and they were never satisfied. Now the town council, along with the pilot and the limousine liberals, they're the people. By the way, you can see them always marching in these marches. They say, yeah, Black Lives Matter, and then they go behind their gates at the country clubs or whatever. The Black lives don't matter to them.
No.
Black lives matter to the school board, just like, and I'm going to say a racist thing, and I'm sorry about it, all lives matter.
Yeah.
Let's get this for the pilot so they can do it very, very slowly.
Right, yeah.
Very, very slowly so they can take this down. All lives matter. Okay. Just one more time because it sounds so good. All lives matter. Okay. So we've got to get back to that whole idea that we need to educate everyone in our school system.
Not just graduate them, educate them.
Not just graduate them, but educate them.
Yeah. Listen up, Ed. Listen up. Educate them, not just graduate them.
As a matter of fact, I will tell you, at present, given the town council, if I have the ability, and I doubt I will have the ability, excuse me, where's the cough button here? Generally on radio, you have a little button, cough button.
I have it right here.
You have it right there? Okay. At any rate, if I have my ability, I will not want to sell any property to either the land trust or to the Southern Pines Town Council. Because we know that the Southern Pines Town Council, basically the Southern Pines Town Council would be really, really good at gun running. Okay? Because what they do is they are the straw man. Okay? They say, well, we're going to buy Blanchie Carter Park.
Right.
Okay? No, they're not buying Blanchie Carter Park. They're trying to buy it for the land trust.
They have no purpose at all. They have a park, several blocks up the street. They have a water park.
Oh, absolutely. They have the Southern Pines Pool Park. It's called the Southern Pines Pool Park. Okay. They just bought $1.1 million in parkland. They don't care about that, and and I believe, and I truly believe this with all my heart. I believe that the limousine liberals on the Southern Pines Town Council are saying, we can keep the drive-by shootings over in West Southern Pines. Okay?
Yeah.
We can keep them over there so that we can keep that place segregated, and so we don't have to worry about them coming over to us. Quite frankly, we need multiracial neighborhoods where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The only thing that matters is whether you have enough money to buy a house, and everyone has the same opportunity for good jobs to get to get that money. There's another very interesting thing here. The liberals, the leftists, have an idea, and it's actually partially true. The greatest program the federal government ever did was the federal housing program after World War II, because it allowed people to buy houses and literally allowed the middle class to become wealthy, because as the housing prices went up, they bought their houses for $5,000 and $10,000. My father, on an on a VA loan, bought a house in Southern Pines for $12,500. I sold that house for $250,000. And the African Americans were not really made a full partner in that program, and that was very, very sad. So then they say that they could not pass along intergenerational wealth.
Right.
And there is an argument to say that. What I believe is that we have to cure that immediately. Well, how do you cure it? I know. We allow prices to rise even in the so-called African American community, so that the poor people who bought houses in West Southern Pines, not the limousine liberals,
right,
but the who don't want to gentrify West Southern Pines, that they can also enter the upper middle class, that those homeowners in West Southern Pines can enjoy the fruits of a rising housing market. But no, what do the limousine liberals want to do? They want to keep the people in apartheid. They don't want to, they call it gentrifying. No, they want to make you poor. As a matter of fact, there was an African American preacher that I heard, oddly enough, on one of the programs on WEEB. I was tuning in one Sunday afternoon. It was an African American preacher, and he said, you people, meaning the African Americans, he was talking about Taylortown, are sitting on a gold mine.
Yes,
okay?
they are.
Okay, that you have very, very, very valuable land. Well, guess what? Homeowners in West Southern Pines, you have valuable land.
Yeah.
But the limousine liberals who want to keep you in the apartheid system, in the Democrat-run apartheid system, guaranteeing that you will be poor, that you will have poor houses. Now, let me tell you something. Even with the $5 tax, the day you're going to get sidewalks,
Yes.
By the way, in Southern Pines, they've had sidewalks for 100 years.
Yeah.
If you want to trade apartheid for sidewalks, I say you've made a terrible bargain. Okay? I say to everyone, okay, e pluribus unum, Americans, whether you are black, whether you're white, whether you're Christian, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Islam, you can believe in our Constitution. You can believe that all men and women are created equal and endowed by their creators with certain inalienable rights, and among these rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, you know the drill. Is that what I'm supposed to say at that point? Okay. We can do that. Okay. We can do universal education by saying to ourselves, it doesn't matter what your race is. It doesn't matter what your class is. Okay? We can all learn together. And we can and it doesn't matter if you strive for excellence. Your race won't matter. And that's the kind of a world. It's the reason why I'm on the school board. Because that's the kind of a world I want to create for my grandchildren and for my children. And that's something that these limousine liberals, these latte liberals, they really don't understand. And I hope that at least in Moore County, we can wake up and be black and white and brown and everyone together, because that's the way America's supposed to be. And that's why I'm so glad to Steve, by the way, for giving us free speech radio.
Well, I got the bill on the way.
Oh, I believe this is it. You know, Rush Limbaugh used to say, well, shouldn't they give conservatives equal time? Rush would say, I am equal time. Okay, WEEB is equal time.
Here in Moore County,
here
it
in
is.
Here in Moore County.
Well, that's a good note to end on. And so it goes for this Tuesday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a Hump Day Wednesday, plus an extended Zoom Wall Zone. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on this radio station, because they're the base of our economy here in Moore County. When you give them first crack at your spending dollars, your money will stay here. It will roll over here and create more jobs here. And be sure to tell them WEEB asked you to come. That will help us. And it also makes radio free to you. You see how it works? Don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the dog park.